And then I have my one and only Chanel single shadow, which I think I will be adding to my collection soon because I am eyeing one of the ones from the current holiday 2011. So this one is number 87 Taupe Gris. It's a single shadow, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of. So it's just one of those holy grail taupes. Beautiful for night or for day, and that's how it looks. I have one more from Chanel, and this is actually not a powder shadow. It's their Illusion d'Ombre in 84 Epitant. And I think in terms of creating a cream-based or a gel-based eyeshadow in terms of finishes, they have created the best with this product. It's how it looks, and it's actually very long-lasting. That's how it looks. Next are two single shadows, and this comes fairly just out of the bunch. This is not an overall brand quality thing, but these are just amazing single shadows that I think are holy grail. One is from Kevyn Aucoin. This is actually the only Kevyn Aucoin shadow I've ever tried. This is a single shadow in Midnight. This is how it looks, and I think it's the ultimate charcoal navy blue, and I absolutely love wearing navy blue in my eyes. That's how it looks. Very creamy, non-powdery, exceptional quality, and just the color payoff is absolutely amazing. The next single shadow that's holy grail for me is by Josie Maran. This is their single shadow in Smoky. This is also one of my go-to in case I'm not sure what to use. This is a no-fail product. It's kind of a grayish taupe brown, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. The next eyeshadows are my Inglot eyeshadows, and I have a couple of customized Freedom palettes. This is one of them right here, and it looks a bit banged up because I have traveled with this quite a bit. It's this one right here, and I'm gonna swatch two shades for you guys just to show you guys the quality of the shadow. The pricing is absolutely amazing as well. With all the previous ones I've shown you till this one, they're all prestige pricing, meaning they're not necessarily inexpensive. They actually are quite steep. Inglot is the first in a price range that is much lower but delivers just as good as the rest of the previous ones I've shown you. I'll insert pictures of my other Freedom palettes, customized Inglot palettes right here. Next shadows are from Too Faced, and Too Faced for me is a brand that makes exceptional shadows, and personally I find I actually prefer them more than the Urban Decay shadows. They're more wearable. The color palettes they come out with are very wearable, very practical, yet they really deliver. This one unfortunately was a limited edition. This was an exclusive to Sephora VIB clients, and this is the I Love Too Faced palette, and basically they took the best of the best from their different palettes and put it in one. So I actually feel absolutely lucky to have this palette. And then this one has been a favorite as of late, and I think Too Faced delivered again. The first time they came out with this palette, the Natural Eye, I actually used it to pan. I actually finished the entire palette, which is something very rare, especially if you're someone who constantly purchases cosmetics. This one I've actually been super impressed with, and it's also one of those palettes where when I'm not so sure, I just run to this palette. This is their Matte Eye palette. They came out with this a few months back, and they're all matte shades. They're all neutral matte shades, which, I mean, they're just absolutely gorgeous. So this is how this three looks. The next few ones are honorable mentions, only because some of them are not really consistent as a brand, and the others I've only recently been introduced to, so I can't really vouch for them wholeheartedly. So let me begin with these set of shadows right here, and they're from MAC, and of course, how can I not mention MAC? With MAC eyeshadows, though, I am not completely impressed with every one of them. I think one of the reasons why they only come in an honorable mention and not really my top shadows is that, for one, they're not really very consistent. Some have better payoff, some don't, some are quite chalky or powdery, others are better. So, but that being the case, these four I can actually tremendously vouch for, and there's something that I grab every day. This is my customized MAC palette, which I travel with, I use every single day. As you can see, I'm hitting pan over here. This is Naked Lunch. This is Wedge. This is Copper Plate. And this is Carbon, obviously. And these are just, you can create a complete eye look with these very basic shades, but they are amazing for highlighter base, contour, eyeline, or just intensifying the look, and a beautiful crease shade. And if I'm working with other palettes, I still usually kind of grab some of these shades in the bunch and use them for certain functions. They're just very reliable, I guess. The next two are honorable mentions because I've barely had them for a month, but definitely impressed with them, and I've actually quite ignored some of my favorite shadows because I've been playing around with them quite tremendously. These ones are a drugstore brand, and these are from the UK. They're the Sleek Makeup Palettes. They're very inexpensive, although I have to say that in as far as I've been trying them out and playing with them, I really think they're up there with shadows from Too Faced and The Balm. So this one is the Neutral palette, and this one is the Storm palette. And there's too much of them to swatch, but just to give you an idea, look how beautiful those colors are, and they're very inexpensive. The next ones I've also recently just received, and as far as I've tried them out, I've really liked them. I wouldn't say they're as strong as some of the others I've mentioned, especially because there's only two of them that I've tried. These are the new pressed shadows from Bare Minerals. I have to say though that consistency and formulation wise, absolutely amazing, very creamy. The Grand Finale, which have two beautiful shades. One is a gold yellow and one is a beautiful navy, well, not navy, royal blue. These are very creamy. And they actually show true to pan. And the next one is Paradise Found, which I love. It's kind of reminiscent of my Chanel Regard Pearl, especially because it has this green kind of shade, olive green, and like coppery gold. Absolutely beautiful as well. These are the two shades right here. So I've been really impressed with the Sleek Makeup Palettes and the Bare Essentials Press Shadows. Basically, that's about it. That is my share for this evening. Before I go as well, I just wanted to give a little feedback on the last video that I did, which was the Fido Anti-Frizz Balm. And I've got mixed feedback from it. I heard from Miss Hanaji and another, I can't remember her name in Twitter, but I think they weren't very impressed with the product, and I think they were they just found it so-so. And then I've just gotten feedback from another subscriber on my YouTube that she absolutely loves it, and she's also felt that it's the only anti-frizz product that's worked for her. So I guess like everything, all these shares that we do on YouTube or videos, it's really very different experience for each one of us. And I think a lot of it also has to do with the actual textures of our individual hair, and I guess the environment you're in plays a very big role, whether, you know, temperature wise and humidity, in terms of how the product performs, especially with hair care products. That's how I find. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys or fill you guys in on that. So there's quite of a mixed feedback, but I absolutely still love the product, and I think it's done wonders for my hair, and it's still holy grail for me. So I guess that's about it. I hope that was interesting and informative for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.